Welcome to another deep dive. Have you ever stopped to think how, I don't know, ancient ideas, wisdom from totally different cultures can just click together
Yeah,
sometimes?
in really unexpected ways.
Exactly. Like imagine taking a figure from Greek myth and smashing it together with a core idea from Buddhism. What happens then? What kind of metaphor could you even get?
It sounds intriguing.
It really does. And that's actually what we're doing today. We're diving deep into this concept called Sophia's Roulette. We've got some fascinating source material here.
Definitely. So Sophia's Roulette, it's a metaphor, really. A way of thinking that blends two quite distinct traditions.
Okay, break it down for us.
Well, on one hand, you have Sophia. She's the divine goddess of wisdom from ancient Greek thought, and maybe more importantly, the Gnostic traditions.
Right, Sophia. Wisdom.
Exactly. And then that's blended with the idea of the little wheel of dharma from Theravada Buddhism.
Yeah.
Something that's called the Hinayana path, the individual path.
The little wheel. Okay, so Sophia and this wheel. What's the metaphor actually saying? What's the point of putting them together?
Well, it captures something really dynamic. It represents the rapid-fire choices, the consequences, the kind of high-stakes feel you encounter on a journey towards wisdom, especially, in the early stages.
High stakes, like a roulette wheel.
Sort of, but not about random chance. It's about the intensity, the speed of cause and effect when you first really start engaging with spiritual practice. Every choice feels weighty.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. So our mission today, unpack this. Explore the pieces, Sophia. The wheel. See what new meaning pops out when they're combined.
And then look at it through a few different lenses, right, to really get the depth.
Exactly. And for you listening, why should you care? Well, this Sophia's Roulette idea gives you a kind of hybrid way to think about seeking wisdom.
Yeah, it definitely challenges the idea that there's only one way, one path. And maybe it gives you some tools to reflect on your own beliefs, your own choices.
Okay, let's unpack it then. Component one, Sophia. Tell us more about her role here.
Right, Sophia. So, as I said, Greek mythology, Gnostic traditions. She's pivotal. In this metaphor, she represents the goal, really, ultimate wisdom. Not just head knowledge, but divine experiential knowing, enlightenment, liberation.
A divine feminine force, you mentioned.
Very much so. And her Gnostic side is super important here. She's linked to gnosis, that direct, intuitive, spiritual knowledge. The Gnostics saw her as an emanation from the pleroma, the fullness of God, basically.
Okay.
And her story involves a fall, a descent into the material world, away from that divine unity, and then this struggle, this quest to get back, redemption, return.
Got it. So that's Sophia. Now, the roulette, the little wheel of dharma, what's that symbolizing?
Right, the roulette. It's a vivid image, isn't it? It comes from Theravada Buddhism, the little wheel. It's not about gambling. It symbolizes samsara.
Samsara, the cycle of birth, death, rebirth.
Exactly. Driven by karma. The wheel represents that constant, fast-paced cycle. Action, consequence, especially when you're actively trying to change your patterns, like on a spiritual path.
So it's about the mechanism of existence almost.
You could say that. It's tied directly to the Buddhist core teachings. Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path. Those are the practical guides for navigating this wheel, for eventually stopping its spin. So the roulette isn't random. It's cause and effect in action, fast.
Okay, so Sophia, the goal, the divine wisdom seeker, and the wheel, the mechanism of karmic consequence. Here's the key bit then. What happens when you fuse them? What new insight do we get?
This is where it gets really interesting, I think. Combining them creates this powerful idea. Wisdom isn't just a thing you get. It's a journey, a personal journey of transformation, even redemption.
Oh, so.
Well, think about it. Sophia's myth, it's grand, cosmic drama, emanation, fall, return, big picture stuff.
Right.
The Dharma wheel, it's very practical, psychological. Here's how you deal with suffering now, step by step. When you put them together, Sophia's fall and sorrow become a kind of mythic echo of our individual experience of dukkha, suffering, dissatisfaction.
Ah, I see. Her cosmic story mirrors our personal struggle.
Exactly. And then the little wheel of dharma, the practical path, like the Eightfold Path, becomes the method. It's the way Sophia, or you, your soul, navigates that suffering to find the way back to gnosis, back to that deep wisdom.
Wow. Okay. So it bridges the huge cosmic scale with the very personal, practical step.
Precisely. Spiritual wisdom stops being this static thing you achieve. It becomes dynamic, active. It takes that abstract Gnostic drama and grounds it in practice. And at the same time, it elevates the Buddhist path into something well, something mythic, a quest.
It transforms the cosmic into personal action and personal action into something sacred.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It implies your path isn't passive, it's engaged,
Yeah.
purposeful.
Which leads right into my next question. If it's this dynamic journey, what's our role in Sophia's roulette? Are we just along for the ride?
Oh, definitely not. That's a key point. The metaphor implies you are not a passive passenger. You're active. You have real control over how that wheel spins.
Control? How?
It comes from that synthesis we talked about. Wisdom is both gnosis knowing and ethical action. The spin isn't just happening to you. You set the wheel in motion through your intentions, your choices, your effort.
Like Sophia's own story, her fall wasn't just random.
Well, often it's seen as an act of will, a desire to know that went awry. And her redemption, that comes from her struggle, her yearning, not fate.
So it's not luck, like a real roulette wheel.
Not at all. And from the Buddhist side, think about karma. Yes, past actions shape the present, but the present moment, that's where your power is. You create new karma with every intentional action. The Eightfold Path is literally a guide on how to use that power wisely.
So it really is a game of skill and will, not chance.
Exactly. Your engagement shapes the outcome.
Okay, that's a powerful idea. But what does it mean then if the roulette spins faster in someone's life? What does that look like?
A faster spin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that signifies acceleration. A rapid, maybe even intense speeding up of insight and change. It's when the knowing, gnosis, and the doing, the path, just click together, seamlessly, integrated.
So like things happening really quickly, big changes.
Could be. Or intensified challenges that force you to respond clearly. Or maybe a whole series of decisions where the effects are almost immediate. Or sometimes it's just this rush of clarity, where suddenly everything makes sense.
Can you give an example, maybe with Sophia?
Sure. Imagine Sophia, lost in the material world, yearning for her divine origin. A fast-spinning moment for her might be. Say, she sees a star, and suddenly it's not just a light in the sky. It's a realization, a direct, intuitive hit that's a spark of my true home. It's not intellectual. It's a total reorientation.
And that realization instantly changes her direction.
Exactly. Her little wheel aligns. The path forward becomes clear, effortless almost, because the insight and the direction are one. It pulls her towards redemption, embodied knowing.
With all these choices, this potential speed, what about the ethics? Is there winning and losing here?
That's crucial. It's not about winning or losing like in a game. The consequences are karmic. They're about whether you're moving towards wisdom or away from it. It's about alignment.
Okay, so alignment, not luck.
Right. So a choice aligned with wisdom, say, rooted in right view, right intention. Eightfold Path propels the wheel forward, builds positive karma, leads to more clarity, less suffering, deeper connection. It's integration.
It's the opposite.
A choice rooted in ignorance, clinging, aversion that slows the wheel down. Or even spins it backward, creates negative karma, more confusion, more suffering, more entanglement. It's a regression.
Okay. But sometimes it feels like you are just a spectator, right? When things feel out of control. How does this metaphor help then?
That's a really important point. I think the metaphor helps by emphasizing awareness and intention. The ultimate win, if you want to call it that, isn't a prize. It's the end of the game itself, stopping the suffering, realizing your true nature, gnosis, enlightenment.
So the only real losses
Is not playing, staying passive, or constantly making choices that lead backward, keep you stuck in ignorance. The metaphor is really a call to wake up, to watch the wheel of your life consciously, and to direct your intentions. That act of watching, that's the first step to taking the wheel.
So given all this, how does Sophia's roulette actually define wisdom? What is it in this blended view?
Yeah, it reshapes it, doesn't it? Wisdom here isn't just knowing stuff or being good. It's holistic, a state of being. It's this deep synthesis of pure knowledge, gnosis, and ethical action. But it transcends both.
Okay, unpack pure knowledge and ethical action in this context.
Sure. Pure knowledge, gnosis, is that direct intuitive grasp of reality. For Sophia, knowing the pleroma. For Buddhism, insight into suffering, non-self. It's not thinking about it, it's knowing it, feeling it.
Experiential.
Right. Then ethical action is applying that wisdom, living it. The Eightfold Path is a perfect example, though, the little wheel in action. Or Sophia trying to redeem the trapped light, freeing herself, freeing consciousness from illusion.
And when those two merge.
That's the state of being. Wisdom becomes effortless. Knowledge just flows into compassionate, appropriate action. It's Sophia reunited with the divine. It's nirvana. Suffering ceases because your whole way of being has transformed.
What I find fascinating now is how we can look at this metaphor through different Well, different lenses. It's not static.
Hmm.
Let's try a postmodern multicultural view first.
Okay. From that angle, Sophia's Roulette is really interesting because it's inherently a hybrid, right? It mashes up Greek and Buddhist traditions, so it challenges any idea of a single pure truth or path.
It shows wisdom itself can be a blend.
Exactly. It kind of deconstructs those fixed religious boundaries. It suggests maybe a modern spiritual path can borrow and blend, creating a new symbolic language, something that fits our globalized world, our more fluid identities.
That makes a lot of sense today. It helps you see how wisdom can bubble up from all sorts of places.
Yeah, definitely relevant. Now, how about a radical feminist lens?
Okay, how does that change things?
Well, Sophia herself, a goddess of wisdom, becomes a really powerful symbol. Female divinity, female agency. So Sophia's Roulette could be read as a critique of, say, patriarchal control over spirituality.
How so?
It suggests maybe true wisdom is this inherent female divine force. It sets its own terms. It's not something handed down by male priests or gurus. And the roulette part from this view could highlight the risks, the unpredictability women often face seeking spiritual power in male-dominated systems. It kind of flips the script on the traditional male guru figure.
Wow. That gives it a whole different edge, a real challenge to traditional authority structures.
It certainly can offer that perspective. Now, one more lens. Street epistemology.
Street epistemology. That's about examining how we know things, right? Not arguing the belief itself.
Exactly. A street epistemologist wouldn't argue if Sophia's Roulette is true. They'd ask you, the believer, about your reasons. How did you arrive at this meaning? What connects Sophia and the Dharma wheel for you? What's the evidence? What makes it personally significant?
So it's turning the focus inward on the process of belief.
Precisely. The goal isn't to prove or disprove, but to help you understand the foundation of your own belief. Is it feeling, culture, logic, something else? It's about self-awareness, intellectual honesty. It's a way to examine any belief system, really, understanding your own map.
This has been quite the journey today. We've really dug into Sophia's Roulette, haven't we? This incredibly rich metaphor blending Greek wisdom and Buddhist thought.
Yeah, representing that active personal path toward wisdom. High stakes, dynamic.
And seeing how looking at it through different lenses, multicultural, feminist, epistemological, just adds layers and layers of meaning. You see different facets each time.
Absolutely. It's not a simple
It's
concept.
definitely not. So, as you, our listener, navigate your own path, here's maybe a final thought to chew on. If every choice you make is like a spin of this wheel, this karmic roulette, what happens if you really start watching it, consciously observing its speed, its direction in your own life?
And maybe asking yourself, what kind of wisdom are you actually aiming for? Is it a prize out there to be won? Or is it a state of being, something to be realized right here?
Something to think about. Until next time, keep consciously engaging with those wheels of insight.